Imagine how much fun it would have been in 1909 to pick up a copy of the Sphinx magazine and read Burlinghal's original advertisement for Cards Mysterious. I'm sure it said something like, you can display all of the cards and a spectator chooses a card randomly, puts it back in the deck, and instantly it disappears from the deck and appears in your pocket. It probably said something like, no wires, no mirrors, no special printing. It probably said hundreds of tricks possible. And probably there would have been people that read that ad and thought, it's too good to be true. Of course, today we know that Cards Mysterious from 1909 was the Svengali deck. Today I want to introduce you to Shame. It's a new gimmick that you apply to any deck of cards. Any deck, 52 cards and a joker. When you apply Shame to that normal deck, miracles can happen. What happens? 3 different things. 1, a card can be selected from the deck by a spectator, returned, and within 1 second, you look at the deck and you know what their card is. That clean, that fast. No kidding. Number 2, a spectator can think of any card in the deck of 52 cards and a joker, and within 1 second of them saying, I've got it, you know what it is. No exaggeration. What's the third miracle? You won't believe it, but it's true. You can make anyone think, mind you, of any card you want in the Shame deck. They don't select it, they just think of a card. Amazing. Now look, I know somebody is going to listen to this trailer, they're going to see this, and they're going to think the same thing that those magicians thought in 1909. They're going to think it's too good to be true. And you know what? They'll be wrong. Let me explain 3 of the 12 tricks you'll get when you order Shame. For instance, Hoy to Hoy, one of my favorite tricks. 3 people on stage. Each person on stage of the 3 selects a card, a different card, and returns it to the deck. 3 different cards, 3 different people. Immediately, you rubber band the deck. There's no shuffling, no handling, no sleight of hand. Then 3 people in the audience think of one of the cards out of the deck. Then the 3 cards are named. Of course, the 3 people in the audience sit down because these 3 match those 3. How about any card at any number? A man in the audience thinks of any number from 1 to 52. There's a deck of cards in a box sealed on a table. A woman names any card she has in mind. You open the deck, you let the spectator deal down to that man's number, and there's her card. It works every time. Oh, I really love the waitress trick. You have 3 people at your party. Just pick out a card, put it back in the deck, and then grab the waitress. She thinks of any 3 cards, and those are the 3 cards that were selected. And here's the best part. The waitress doesn't know how she knew. It's not an instant stooge. There's no collusion and no pre-show. It's an actual miracle. That's Shame. Shame is a new gimmick that you apply directly to the deck. And that's what makes the miracles happen. But Shame isn't a daub. Shame isn't a slick. Shame doesn't make a card sticky. Shame doesn't even come in a jar. Shame doesn't come in a bottle or a spray can, yet you still apply it to any deck you wish. The cards aren't cut short, they're not long, they're not wide, there's no reflectors, there's no markings on the backs, on the sides, on the fronts, there's no anything that you can see because Shame is 100% invisible. And here's the best part about Shame. You can remove it from the deck while you're performing and use a regular deck. That's Shame. We're going to do a live demo like this. Any card is selected right there. I don't know what the card is, but I'm going to put it on the top so I can spread the deck, and then that chosen card is just slid back in the deck somewhere, just like that. There's nothing. There's no cuts, there's no breaks, and yet this is how you see it. I haven't seen the card yet, but when you go to shuffle it, I've seen it. There it is. That's the King of Diamonds. It's that simple, that fast, and that amazing. It works every time. That shame. Remember, shame doesn't come in a jar. Shame doesn't come in a spray bottle. Yet when you get shame, you'll get 12 different tricks. Here's another of the 12 tricks. Let's do the best 3-billet trick you've ever seen. You just shuffle the deck, let 3 men take a look at a card, put it back in the deck, box the deck, they write down the name of the cards on 3 different billets, and you go to town. Yeah, it's like Anneman meets Frankie Lane meets shame. Shame is 100% invisible. When you get shame, you'll be taught how to construct shame, how to apply it directly to the deck, and how to operate it. There's no sleight of hand or any funky moves. It works by itself. I can say this, shame makes card mentalism really fun.